Hi everyone. Today is Supertramp Day, and the song is going to be Lord Is It Mine. Well, this is my first time listening to Supertramp, at least as far as I'm aware I ever did. So this is going to be my first exposure to the band, and I have a little bit to read before then, and then we'll listen. Supertramp was a British rock band that formed in London in 1970. As of 2007, Supertramp album sales exceeded 60 million. They attained significant popularity in North America, Europe, South Africa, and Australia. Their highest sales levels were in Canada. That's interesting. Where they had 2 diamond-certified 10 times platinum albums, Crime of the Century and Breakfast in America. And their only #1 singles anywhere, The Logical Song and Dreamer. Lord Is It Mine was written by Rick Davies and Roger Hodgson and was recorded on their Breakfast in America album. So one of their best-selling albums. Well, let's just dive in and see how it sounds.
That there's a reason why I need to be alone. You show me there's a silent place that I can call my own. Is it mine? Oh Lord, is it mine?
So, when the piano gave the introduction, somehow I envisioned that it would be a sort of baritone voice entering, but this one came in, it was a bit of a shock for a moment. But I like it. It has a really special quality to it.
Oh Lord, is it mine? You know I get so weary from the battles in this life. Many times it seems that you're the only hope in sight. Is it mine? Oh Lord, is it mine? When everything's dark and nothing seems right, there's nothing to win, and there's no need to fight. I never cease to wonder at the cruel.
A little bit of organ there. There's something really nice about when you get a piece of music flowing along. You're riding the waves of the melody, the accompaniment is nice, everything is good, and then just out of nowhere, as if it comes from another world, some note comes drifting in, and it almost feels like it's taking you, I don't know, out of this place. You see another universe open up before you. And I noticed this response in myself in nearly every piece of music where that sort of element comes in. When it's presented well, you know, everything is balanced, it works, and you don't want it to be just adding to the chaos. It has to be something special. And this again was one of those moments where, oh, that note, it catches you.
There's nothing to win, and there's no need to fight.
Nice nice descent there.
I never cease to wonder at the cruelty of this land, but it seems a time of sadness is a time to understand. Is it mine? Oh Lord, is it mine? When everything's dark and nothing seems right, you don't have to win, and there's no need to fight. If only I could find a way to feel your sweetness through the day, the love that shines around me could be mine. So give us an answer, won't you? We know what we have to do. There must be 1,000 voices trying to get
That one took me somewhere. It's a beautiful piece of music. It's you know, it's kind of ballad style, but it feels as if it kind of transcends form and style and links to one genre or the other. It just takes you into its own place, and it's incredibly special when a piece of music does that. I'm just trying to get myself back into the land of words here, because sometimes if I get lost in music, it's as if I forget how to put my words together, and this almost did that to me. I want to go back and listen to this spot here. One of the things I enjoyed about this piece is how the sonic elements shifted very subtly in ways that kind of played around with my concept of what sound am I hearing. And it didn't happen in a way that I found distracting. It was more like, I guess I would say, it's more like taking a bite of some special dish, or perhaps you could even say, a wine, and you take a sip, and then the flavors change, and as you savor it, it somehow, the colors, the flavors, the experience is constantly developing, but it transitions so well one to the next. And this was one of those moments when this little solo section interlude came in here. Okay, it's organ. Oh no, it's flute. Oh, but it bends not like a flute. Oh, it's clarinet. Oh, it's saxophone.
If only I could find a way.
And you're left thinking, what is it? Do I even care what it is? Does it matter if it's one or a dozen different instruments? But it's that coloring, or we could say it's like watching a sunset or a sunrise as the colors come, and there's not a second that matches another second. It's a constant flow and transition, and the colors are changing, but it's so smooth about it, and I really enjoyed and appreciated that moment. The whole piece is lovely. I guess the most ordinary sounding part of it to me would be this chorus, this refrain. Just the style of it feels kind of standard, but I didn't even mind, because in a way it was something that it brought me back and centered me for a moment before I got lost again. And so the whole piece has this really special feel to it. The piano could sound incredibly ordinary. It's the kind of piano playing that it's not that hard to do. Ching, ching, ding, 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 ching, ching. Yes, it's rich, it's warm, it has all these nice sounds. There's nothing, I'm not belittling that piano playing, but it's nothing that really just says, oh my goodness, there's an amazing piece of music coming. It's like, okay, I understand what's coming. But then this came in, and it was far more than another piece with piano accompaniment. And as I'm thinking through what is it that actually makes a piece have this impact on us, it's really hard to nail down, because first of all, it's very subjective. What does it for one person might not do it for another person. Clearly this did it for me. It's also not a specific formula even for one set of tastes, because each piece of music is different, and what works in one piece doesn't do the same in another. So it's hard to put your finger on it. It's a bit like Quicksilver, where there's something there, but what is it? Can I grab hold of it? There are some fundamentals which have to be in place, but they're not exceptional to a piece that does this. Of course, it has to be well performed. It has to be balanced. It has to not devolve into chaos or sound like it's just a patchwork of show off virtuosity. There are a lot of things, but one of the things that is in this piece that does it for me is this beautiful shifting transition. And sometimes I use the word kaleidoscopic, but to me this is not a kaleidoscopic moment. This is more, as I said, tasting something, a drink, a food, or seeing something like a sunset or sunrise, where every microsecond is a different mix of sensations, but they all are related one to the other in a way that, I mean, you can't isolate one part of the experience. Having said that, and I've talked about the instruments, the voice also, as I said, it was a bit of a shock for me when it first came in. Oh, wait, somehow the piano set me up to expect a baritone, probably because of the range, the pacing. Okay, baritone would work well here. Just some funny expectations of my ears. But instead we have this voice, and it's a bit like, we could say, oboe. There's a sort of reedy quality to it, or even violin or viola, as if there's that little bit of roughness catching which causes the strings to vibrate. And there's also the very subtle, never overdone control of the voice. We're not taking grand dynamic changes. There's not a lot of vibrato. It's a very straight voice, isn't it? That's why I choose oboe over violin, although you can play violin without vibrato as well. Maybe more fiddle style. But this is a beautiful, beautiful. In fact, in that regard, as I'm trying to describe how I perceive this, I might say it's like a Baroque violin. Well, for those of you who don't know, there's a difference between a modern violin and violin from, say, the 1700s. It has to do with strings, the bow. It gives a very different sound, and that Baroque violin sound is lighter, straighter, very agile, incredibly beautiful, but it has a different kind of quality than your modern violin, which can do the heavy romantic repertoire. And so I guess I would classify this voice as a Baroque stringed instrument sound. And I especially carries us through. I know there's a reason why I need to be alone. You show me there's a silent place I can call my own. Is it mine? And somehow the way that is all paced, and then the question asked, is it mine? And then, oh Lord, is it mine? When we hear, oh Lord, is it mine? There's something so wistful, so yearning, so sweet about it, so childlike. And at the same time, we feel that there is such a great need expressed. Is it mine? I want to, and it comes every time, slight variance. It's not repeated precisely with the same lilt or the same exact contour, but each time the question is asked, it kind of just grabs you. Is it mine? And makes that question so poignant. Let's just hear the first verse again.
I know that there's a reason why I need to be alone. You show me there's a silent place that I can call my own. Is it?
Notice how this is one of those types of melodies where we're just stringing along one note after the next, kind of the same pitch mostly. I know that there's a reason why I need to be alone. It's mostly one pitch, just slightly moving side to side. And we might call that the sewing machine effect, where you just stitch, 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 stitch all in a straight line, maybe a little curve here, a little there. But it's that idea of the progressive development of a strand, a line, which is simply just threaded out, spun out.
I know that there's a reason why I need to be alone. You show me there's a silent place that I can call my own. Is it mine? Oh Lord, is it mine?
There's just something that just cuts through there. Every time, oh Lord, is it mine? It's not just the voice. It's also the way the vowel is being shaped and where we ride and sit on the consonant. Mine. And of course, I can't imitate it properly, but at least you get the idea of what I'm talking about. So that's what I find really special about the voice, this as it's singing through these verses. But now let's go towards the end, because that's all beautiful. It would leave us kind of in that yearning, just haunted by this yearning place, if that's all we had. But then towards the end of the piece, we get filled out a bit, and we get a little more intensity, emotional intensity, and it peaks so well. Let's go check that out too.
If
Again, another example of building up with a small little motif. If only I could find a way to feel your sweetness through the day, the love that around me could be mine. And we start to feel as if we're going to have could be mine, so give us an answer, right? But just as we start to fall into this groove and it carries us on, then that pattern, that progression, that motif, the repetition of it, which is carrying us on, could even say machine-like in a way. It's as if we're just riding a machine, which is doing the same motion over and over and over and over. Behind this, around it, the instruments are shaping our perceptions of what's happening.
If only I could find a way to feel your sweetness through the day, a love that shines around me could be mine.
Notice how we have this long sustained pitch, da 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 da, bum bum, so that as we're feeling this perpetual motion experience, somehow our experience is not just a repetition. It's a growth, it's a development, it's a driving towards a point. And so then, instead of saying, the love that shines around me could be mine, and the voice goes to an entirely different place there, which just so happens to meet with what's happening in the instruments behind it. Listen to how the harmonies work between the voice and the instrument. It's really, really beautifully done.
If only I could find a way to feel your sweetness through the day, a love that shines around me could be mine.
And of course, the other thing which is participating in this feeling of increase is and contributing to it is the percussion, the drums. Notice what's happening in the drums in this section. And I know I'm kind of tearing this spot apart, but it's so well done, and it's nice to get our hands into what makes it feel like this. Just a few.
If only I could find a way.
And then a sort of crescendo. A little stronger, a little stronger. And then back to this. And as everything else kind of opens up and releases, it's the fountain bursts open, the geyser opens, and everything comes flowing out. What do we hear which becomes more active in that moment? Underneath it all is the bass. And that starts moving in that moment. So we had this rather static but intensifying sequence of activity in which we didn't really notice the bass much, did we? Let's see if there's any bass to notice there.
If only I could find a way to feel your sweetness through the day, a love that shines around me could be mine. So give us an answer, won't you?
Notice how there, so give us an answer, won't you? The bass is shadowing the voice. Everything is well set and presented, placed in a beautiful proximity relationship to each other. And every part of this helps to create this overall impression. But it's these little details of the music that make it happen.
If only I could find a way to feel your sweetness through the day, a love that shines around me could be mine. So give us an answer, won't you?
went back to It's lovely. It's beautiful. The sentiments of the lyrics also, they're very relatable. And it kind of reminds me in a way of that old spiritual give me little time to pray. Been in the storm so long, children. Oh, give me little time to pray. I've been in the storm so long. Oh, give me little time to pray. This is presented differently, but it's still the same feeling of, I just need a space to sit and calm down. I just need to be. Do I have a place like that? Is it mine? Oh, Lord, is it mine? And this need that we have, especially in this modern life, right? So it's very relatable on many levels, but the music elevates it far beyond what we might expect if it were just presented in a mechanical manner, or even tolerably decent manner. But this is extra special. They managed to do a beautiful job. Well, this is my first exposure to Supertramp, and it has whetted my appetite. I am eager to explore more of their music, so I'm sure you'll see that coming in the future. That was Lord, Is It Mine? And I'll see you soon.